After the last amazing season of The Last Kingdom, we have all been eager to see what happens next. It left us with an amazing season finale, but with a lot of questions. I don't know about you, but I was incredibly excited when I heard that it was in fact renewed for another season. What will happen, and who will survive Season 5? The Last Kingdom Season 5 will change everything. Here's why. Just so you know, coming up are some pretty big spoilers for previous seasons of the show and also for Season 5. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you want to see more, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. What will the new season be based on? Just like previous seasons, the show will still very closely follow the plot of Bernard Cornwell's The Saxon stories. If it follows the recipe that previous seasons did, it will adapt the next 2 books of the series into Season 5. That means the story will most likely be based on Warriors of the Storm. That book is 9. And The Flamebearer, that book is 10. So fans of both the books and the show should have a good idea of what is coming next, but we have seen the show move away from certain plot points, so it's never completely certain what comes next. But we're gonna look at a few possibilities and how they can affect the show. But the first thing that every fan wants to know is, when will Season 5 be released? The short answer is that we don't really know yet. Netflix hasn't announced a release date yet. Rumors went that it would be around the middle of 2021, but then the global health situation hit and a lot of productions had to be put on pause. I've heard that they've started production back up on The Last Kingdom, and the cast is back to filming. So hopefully the show won't be delayed for too long. It's a show that takes a while for everything to be edited and cut, so my prediction is that it should be out more to the end of 2021 or even early 2022. But I also think it's gonna be worth the wait. Will Season 5 be as popular as the last seasons were? I definitely think so. The show has had a slow start and gradually grew its fan base, but now they have a strong following of fans that are excited for what the new season holds for Uhtred and the rest of the characters. Like I said at the start, Season 4 left us with some major questions, and fans will for sure be coming back to find out what comes next. So let's see if we can find a few answers. Will Uhtred at last retake Bebbanburg? I do think that it might be time for this to happen. It has really been one of Uhtred's main goals throughout the entire series to become Lord of Bebbanburg, but he has never been able to achieve this. If the series follows the books, it might be during Season 5 that we see this happening. It's something that has been coming for a long time, so it should be a natural progression. But at the same time, it can change a lot of things. We have all known that it was his destiny from the beginning of the series, but that doesn't mean it'll just be easy to achieve or that it won't cause him even more problems. It will make more enemies for Uhtred and might put him in ever greater danger than he already is. Someone else a lot of fans have been talking about is Finan. We haven't completely seen Finan's backstory or how and why he left Ireland, but he has become a good friend to Uhtred and someone that he relies on. He has also become somewhat of a fan favorite, so many people are wondering if we will be seeing a lot more of him. I do have some good news for you on this front. It is very likely that Finan will stay around for most of the series. It is just not entirely clear how big a part he will play. He stays alive during the entire series of books, so it is very unlikely that they will completely discard this character, especially since there's so much more that we want to know about him. So hopefully we will be seeing much more of Finan in Season 5. Is Aelswith dead? In a big spoiler for those who haven't watched Season 4 yet. During the previous season, Aelswith had been poisoned, and it is still unclear if she survives or not. We are not really sure what is going to happen. Some of the cast has teased that they aren't sure if Eliza Butterworth, who plays Aelswith, will be coming back to join the cast for the new season or not. So for now, her fate is unsure. I do think that it would make a big difference for her to not be around. It was a character that I enjoyed. But we know the show doesn't mind killing off beloved characters, so who will be next? If you ship Uhtred and Athelflaed and we're still hoping that they would get it together somehow, you might want to cover your ears. In the books, Athelflaed goes into battle very soon after she becomes Lady of Mercia, and in this battle she loses her life. So if you've been following the show, you know that it sounds very likely that her time will be up soon. The series has killed off main characters in most of the seasons, and it might be Athelflaed that will be victim to Season 5. At the same time, the goal is to unite the entire England, and with Athelflaed in charge of Mercia, there's no way that Wessex and Mercia will ever be united. So however sad her death will be, I think it might be necessary. Will Athelstan become the great warrior England needs? In the books, he becomes heir to the throne when Edward dies and eventually the first king of a united England. Last season, we saw Edward giving Athelstan to Uhtred so that he could teach him how to be a great warrior and an even better leader. It means that Athelstan will grow up in Northumbria and that he will grow up with both Dane and Saxon culture, so it'll help him to become a great king to the entire England. The books span quite a number of years, so we might see another actor take over the role of Athelstan to show the age progression that happens from season 4 to 5 and maybe even during season 5. Will season 5 see England united? I don't think it will happen entirely this season, but I do think starting to achieve that goal will be the focus of most of the season. First, they need to unite Wessex and Mercia, and this will not be easy. Neither side is inclined to give in or go down without a fight, so it's very likely that we will first have to see this fight before they become united. I do think we will be seeing these two kingdoms being united during season 5, taking us one step further to seeing Alfred's dream of a united England. Is Uhtred ever going to find true love? Let's face it, Uhtred is an amazing warrior and leader, but when it comes to matters of the heart, let's just say he's a bit less gifted. There have been some amazing women in his life, but he never seems to be able to figure things out to make it work. He agreed with Athelflaed to stop any sort of relationship between them for the good of Mercia, and like we already said, it is very likely that she will die during season 5, so it's interesting to see where he will look for love next. In the books, Edith is his wife, but it seems like she's with Finan now, so she might be out of the running, at least for now. I do hope they create some sort of love story for him in season 5. It's important for him to grow as the main character, and I think it's important to the story and to keep the show interesting. Are more wars on the way? Well, this one is obviously yes. England won't be united without any blood being shed. None of the kingdoms will just agree to become one without putting up a fight. At the same time, war with the Scots seems to be unavoidable at this stage. They're still a threat to Bebbanburg, so it seems that Uhtred will at some stage have to make a choice to go to war against them or to make an alliance with them. And I think an alliance is almost completely out of the question, so it will most likely be war. Then, as always, the Danes could still be a major threat. They've lost huge amounts of territory and are out for revenge, so it's very possible that we'll see more Danes arriving to try and recapture their lost land. Who knows, they might even have Breda leading them. So it's almost certain that there will be more wars waiting in season 5. And if they are anything like they were in previous seasons, they will be spectacular to watch. Can we expect more seasons of The Last Kingdom? I hope so. There are 5 more books in the series, including the ones that will be adapted for season 5. So if they're allowed to finish the entire series, then The Last Kingdom should continue on until about season 7. It could be a little different though, because season 7 would only have 1 book to cover. So they might add it into season 6 or even just make season 7 shorter. Or if I get my way, they would just cover the last book in way more depth and let us have an epic final season. Hopefully Netflix will continue the series and allow us to see it until the end. For now, I just can't wait for season 5 to come out so we can see exactly what happens next and how things change. Thanks for watching. Until next time.